Oh, I was there, hated the day. The day was a miserable day. I mean, it was a worst royal engagement I ever did, a royal wedding I ever did.
Actually, this does look like a moon bump to me.
Are you buying that excuse that Meghan Markle used a fake belly to protect her real belly? I'm not buying this.
What happens when one of the world's most recognizable public figures becomes the center of endless speculation, media scrutiny, and online debate?
And I travelled the world with him, and I did really enjoy working with him. But, you know, now I really don't care if I ever see him again, because the way he's behaved towards the king and our queen and his brother and his sister-in-law is appalling.
In today's documentary, we explore the controversy surrounding Meghan Markle's pregnancy, the role of the British media, and the growing divide between privacy and public curiosity in the modern royal era.
Archie Harrison, Mountbatten Windsor, you know, was the name, and had nothing to do with the royal family.
For decades, every major milestone within the British royal family has unfolded under the watchful eyes of photographers, journalists, and millions of people around the world.
She delivered it like an actress delivered it, and opera responded going, wow.
Birth announcements, hospital appearances, and family portraits have become traditions that help shape the monarchy's public image. Yet in recent years, one royal pregnancy broke many of those expectations and sparked conversations that continue to this day.
You're going to see or hear Meghan Markle's belly pop. You're going to see these people's faces. And I can tell you that one of these people is now speaking out.
When Prince Harry and Meghan Markle announced they were expecting their first child, many anticipated the familiar royal routine. Instead, the couple chose a far more private approach, limiting media access and controlling how information was shared with the public. While supporters praised the decision as a necessary step to protect their family, critics questioned why so much secrecy surrounded an event that traditionally carried enormous public interest.
I mean, obviously, when William was born and Harry was born and George and Charlotte and Louis, we got great pictures outside the hospital, I remember. And William and Catherine especially, they made such an effort to show the whole world their new baby.
The absence of familiar royal photo opportunities created a vacuum that was quickly filled by speculation. Across social media platforms, discussion forums, and online videos, theories began to emerge. Some focused on inconsistencies they believed they noticed in public appearances, while others questioned the palace's communication strategy.
What is moon bump theory?
Well, basically, it suggests that Meghan didn't actually give birth to these children and that she was wearing a prosthetic bump. And of course, lots of medical experts have come out looking at that video and saying it's just impossible for someone who's literally 9 months pregnant and about to give birth to dance in that way.
As these conversations spread, they transformed from isolated internet discussions into a worldwide debate that blurred the line between fact, opinion, and speculation. At the center of that debate stood veteran royal photographer Arthur Edwards, a man who has spent decades documenting some of the most historic moments in modern royal history.
I agree. I'm not a Meghan Markle fan, and I don't defend her. And there's all sorts of inconsistencies and hypocrisies. But you know, she's an actress. She's not the brightest cookie in the basket. There's no way Kate would do anything like that.
Having photographed multiple generations of the royal family, his observations attracted attention simply because of his long experience covering royal events. His comments about changes in media access highlighted how different this chapter was compared with previous royal births, fueling even more discussion among royal watchers.
Meghan Markle has posted a cringy video of her and Prince Harry dancing in a hospital.
Meanwhile, the digital age amplified every rumor. A single video clip could be analyzed frame by millions of viewers within hours. Online communities dissected photographs, timelines, and public appearances with extraordinary detail, creating competing narratives that often spread faster than official statements.
The thing that strikes me is her lack of understanding and recognition of the role that she had or has in the royal family. And, you know, both of them have been on the record repeatedly saying they don't want to be living their lives through the lens of a camera and in a goldfish bowl and all of that. And then they take the camera into the most private of rooms where you're about to deliver your baby.
In an era dominated by algorithms and viral content, uncertainty itself became one of the biggest stories. The controversy also exposed a much broader question facing modern institutions. Can centuries-old traditions survive in a world where every unanswered question becomes a trending topic?
On May 6th at 3:02 a.m., Frogmore Cottage. This is a public announcement. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex used the services of a surrogate. We apologize for any misunderstandings. To this day, nobody has debunked that tweet as fake. In order for a child to be in the line of succession, it has to come from the body of the woman. Why would Meghan Markle be faking all those big stomachs? You know, that big belly, the belly swaying back and forth. She was huge. She was overdue. Now when Spare came out, we know that story is absolute horseshit.
The monarchy has long relied on restraint and carefully measured public communication, but social media operates by entirely different rules. Silence is rarely interpreted as neutrality. Instead, it often becomes an invitation for speculation.
She is literally kneeling all the way down. One of those people reached out to me, but not before this person reached out to the newspapers, complaining that the palace was literally threatening her, that the palace had tried to bribe her, and when that didn't work, because she really dislikes what's happening and she wants to come clean, and she has been trying to tell people about it.
Supporters argue that every family deserves privacy during deeply personal moments, regardless of status or public profile. Critics respond that members of the royal family occupy a unique constitutional role that naturally invites public scrutiny. Between those two positions lies an increasingly difficult balancing act that has shaped the relationship between the monarchy, the press, and the public.
Meghan at the Albert Hall. How many weeks pregnant was she supposed to be? Was it about 8 weeks? And she looks as if she's at least 5 months pregnant.
As we examine this story, it is important to distinguish between verified facts and online speculation. Many claims that circulate across the internet remain unproven or disputed, while others are interpretations rather than established evidence. The fascination surrounding the Sussexes reflects not only interest in one couple, but also the changing nature of celebrity, monarchy, and digital culture itself. This documentary explores how media strategy, public perception, and internet speculation combine to create one of the most discussed royal controversies of the modern era. Rather than focusing on rumors alone, we examine the broader forces that transformed private family decisions into a global conversation, one that continues to generate headlines years later. And as the story unfolds, one question remains impossible to ignore. In an age where every camera phone can shape history and every social media post can influence public opinion, who truly controls the royal narrative, the palace, the press, or the millions of people watching from around the world?